and today we're going to see how what exactly an exception is and how we can implement it in the C++ language. So basically we're going to see in this video how to throw an exception instead of returning an error in C++. In order to do that, we are going to see first how can we define an exception in C++. Let's get started. So we can define an exception as a tool that provides a way to react to exceptional circumstances like runtime errors in program by transferring control to special function called handlers. To catch exception, a portion of code is placed under exception inspection. This is done by enclosing that portion of code in a try block. When an exceptional circumstance arises within that block, an exception is thrown that transfers the control to the exception handler. If no exception is thrown, the code continues normally and all handlers are ignored. So to explain that, of course, we're going to see it. We're going to write a code in C++ to see it. We can use exceptions in all the languages. You know that, guys, that all the tools that we see in our videos can be used in different languages. But right now we're going to see in this video how to do it in C++, and we are going to explain all the parts like the handlers and the try block and the catch block. So let's go to our Visual Studio IDE and let's start coding. Okay, so first of all, what we are going to do is that we are going to include the IOStream library and the string library in order to be able to use different keywords specified in those two libraries. Of course, we have to declare that we are using the namespace std . And the first step is to create a class. We're going to call this class the class exception. Inside the class exception, we are going to declare as public the constructor. The constructor is going to take as an argument a constant of type string named message and message is going to be stored in the variable message msg underscore, and then we're going to create the destructor after the constructor. The next function is going to be a getter, which is going basically to return our string, so we will be able to get access to it from outside the class, because the string itself, so the message itself, is going to be private. Remember that a private attribute can be accessible just from inside the class. Then we are going to create a function outside the class, which is going to be our from function, which is going to be invoked if needed when the program finds an exception. So in this case, this is going to be our handler. And what it's going to do is, in case the exception is found, is going to write this message. It's going to log this message to the console. And then we are going to implement function, our test function, which is going to be a function that is going to return a variable of type float and is going to take as an argument 2 integers. It's going just to return the division, but in order to divide the first element by the second element, we have to make sure that the second element is not equal to 0, because if we try to divide a number by 0, it's going to be a runtime error. It's going to be detected, returned by the program, by the compiler. So what we are going to say is that if the divisor is equal to 0, then call our exception function. If not, just return the division. And what we are going to do now is just that. We are going to implement, we are going to call our functions inside the method main. Inside the main function, which, as you already know, guys, is the function in which the program begins. So we are going to set the values of a and b to 3 and 0, and here is what we call the try block. And basically the try block, what it's going to do is to call our function, and it's going to try the division with the values of a and b, in this case 3 and 0. If the division cannot be done, then we are going to catch the exception and throw the message. The message is going to be basically you thrown an exception. and we are going to add our message. So if we try to do this division, which is 3 divided by 0, what is going to happen is that the compiler is going to throw our message, the message stored in our function. This is an exception message. But if we change the value from 0 to 1, it's just going to ignore the catch block, and the compiler is going to return the value of 3 divided by 1, which is just 3. So that's all for this video. Thank you for watching, guys. Subscribe, like and comment please. See you in the next video. Bye.